Antetokounmpo furious. He thought he was fouled. Mike Budenholzer.
Down goes Kevin, shoved by Giannis.
Picture yourself in the middle of an exciting basketball game where every second counts. Suddenly, the unexpected happens. A decision by the referees that shocks the fans and players alike. Today, we're going to explore some of the biggest mistakes referees have made in NBA history. From missed calls to clear fouls, we'll look at moments when the referees stole the spotlight. So, let's not waste any time and dive right in. Number 1. The mystery whistle. The tension was palpable as the Suns and the Blazers battled it out on the court. But in a moment that left everyone bewildered, a whistle blew, bringing the game to a sudden halt. Players and spectators alike searched frantically for the source of the foul, but to no avail. It was a phantom call, a foul on a play that never even happened. Steve Nash and Marcus Camby were in the middle of a big argument because the referees made a decision that didn't make sense. With Nash nowhere near the action, it was Camby who found himself unfairly penalized with a foul.
Hold on a second. This has got to be on somebody else. Camby wasn't in the play.
The confusion was palpable as players and coaches protested the call, but to no avail. In the end, the Blazers suffered the consequences of a call that had no basis in reality. It was a moment that showed referees can make mistakes, and their decisions can change the game. When the game ended, everyone knew the surprise whistle would be remembered as one of the most confusing calls ever in NBA history. Number 2. LeBron's birthday blunder, December 30th, 2023. LeBron James's birthday, December 30th, 2023, was supposed to be a party on the court. He planned to show off his amazing skills. But during the game against the Timberwolves, some calls by the referees made things unfair. At a super important moment, LeBron flew towards the hoop and made a shot that everyone thought would win the game.
Ahead, LeBron for 3, got it! No, they're calling it a 2. It is a 2, they will review it.
But then, everything changed. The referees took a closer look and said it was only worth 2 points, not 3. Even though replays showed it was clearly a 3-pointer, the call stayed the same. This meant LeBron and his team, the Lakers, lost an important point. LeBron was super mad and argued with the referees, saying they made a big mistake. But no matter what he said, the call wouldn't change, and the Lakers ended up losing the game. This made LeBron's birthday celebration end on a sour note. Even though it was a bummer, LeBron's birthday game showed that referees can sometimes make mistakes, and those mistakes can affect how the game ends. It was a moment that LeBron and basketball fans alike would not soon forget. Number 3. Tatum's technical fiasco. During a game between the Celtics and their opponents, Jason Tatum got caught in a confusing situation that left everyone puzzled. He dunked the ball powerfully and then held onto the rim to balance himself like any other player would. But surprisingly, the referee said it was against the rules to hang on the rim and they gave him a penalty. This decision made both players and fans really mad because it seemed unfair to punish Tatum for doing something that didn't seem wrong. Tatum himself couldn't believe it and said it didn't make sense to get in trouble for trying to stay safe on the court. This incident showed that the NBA had changed the rules recently, saying players couldn't hang on the rim unless they were stopping themselves from getting hurt. But in Tatum's case, it was obvious he was just trying to stay steady, not trying to cheat or hurt anyone. In the end, the penalty was a clear example of how tough it can be for referees to figure out and enforce the rules of the game. Number 4. Lukas' costly call. In a super important game against the Warriors, Luka Doncic and his team the Mavericks got hurt by some confusing calls from the referees that basically made them lose. After a pause in the game, the referees seemed to say the Mavericks got the ball, but then they weirdly gave it to the Warriors instead.
Now, the Warriors are inbounding under the Dallas basket. You saw Looney start to run the other way, and then he realizes, wait, we have a layup, but...
This decision left everyone super confused as they watched the Warriors score easy points because of the wrong call. As frustration grew, Luka Doncic got mad at the referees because he thought they were unfairly helping the other team. Even after the game ended, this call mattered a lot because the Mavericks lost by just a few points, and the bad calls by the referees made a big difference. Luka even got in trouble for being mad at the referees, which showed just how much these mistakes by the referees hurt the game. This whole situation is a good reminder of how the referees' calls can affect who wins the game. Number 5. The Finals Fiasco. During the super important NBA championship game between the Nuggets and the Heat, things got heated because the referees made a call that no one understood. In a very important play, they called a foul on something that didn't even look like a foul.
Searching. Butler tries again. Butler won't go, but a foul.
Jimmy Butler's leg barely touched Aaron Gordon in a way that made no sense. This call made the fans super mad because they thought the referees were helping the Heat win. Some people even thought the referees did it on purpose to make the series last longer and get more people to watch, since not many people were watching before. Even though the call was confusing, the Nuggets were still able to win the championship. But this whole situation showed how hard it can be to be fair in super important games, and how important it is for the referees to make the right calls so the game is fun for everyone. Number 6. The Curry Conundrum. In a close game, Steph Curry got fouled while shooting, and everyone thought he'd get free throws to tie the score.
Point play, Jimmy Butler. Steph to tie the game is fouled.
But the Heat said the ref made a mistake, and they took a long time to check the play on video. Even though replays showed Jimmy Butler clearly hit Steph's arm, the refs changed their minds and gave the ball to the Heat instead. This surprised everyone, and suddenly the Heat had a much better chance of winning. In the end, the Heat won by 7 points. Steph was super bummed because he thought the refs made a wrong call and that he could have tied the game. This whole situation showed how hard it is for refs to make the right call in super important moments, and how important it is for them to be the same every time and to be clear about why they changed their minds. Number 7. Pistons record-breaking blunder. The Pistons were having a really tough time when they played against the Celtics during a long streak of losing games. They'd lost 27 games in a row, which made it really hard for them to win. Their chance to turn things around was ruined when the referees made a controversial call that went against the Pistons.
To rush.
Spinning.
Goaltender.
This made both players and fans really mad. Not only did this call help the Pistons lose, but it also made them part of sports history for the wrong reasons. Because of this loss, the Pistons broke a record for having one of the longest losing streaks in NBA history.
Boston, in overtime, extends Detroit's losing streak to 28 games, matching the all-time NBA record.
Which was not something they wanted to be known for. This incident showed how much referee decisions can change the outcome of a game, and reminded everyone how important it is for referees to be fair and consistent in professional sports. In the fast-paced world of NBA basketball, referees hold immense power to shape the outcome of games. From missed calls to controversial rulings, their decisions can alter the course of history and leave a lasting impact on players and fans alike. As we bid farewell to these unforgettable moments, let us remember that in the game of basketball, every call counts. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the worst calls in NBA history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And remember, whether it's on the court or off, the game of basketball always keeps us on the edge of our seats. Until next time, keep balling.